What's good, party people? This is Voodoo in the Woods. I'm Accord in the Woods, and this is former UF MMA champion, also the birthday boy, the biggie boy. We're not talking about Jarzina Rosenstrike, but we're talking about the one, the only Voodoo Maximus. There we go.
That's right, man. Thank you for that beautiful, wonderful introduction. I felt the juices flowing through me, man. That was phenomenal. Hey, I'm here with none other than eight a day, Mr. Woods, according to Woods, that is. So pay your respects. Like,
Uh,
share, and subscribe immediately. Share this
immediate
right now.
right
Share this
now.
right now. We're about to drop a jam. Let's go, baby.
Yes,
Let's
verbal
go.
gems is what we do here at Voodoo in the Woods, and
Yes, sir.
I want to see the power of the great Voodoo Maximus is flowing through me because I got an
Yeah.
opportunity to talk to none other than former WCW vice president, if not president, but
Hmm.
one Eric Bischoff, and that is on the
Wow.
83 Weeks YouTube channel right now. So yeah, we talk about the wrestling stuff, and they ask him anything. So, tremendous people: Steve Kaufman, Christy Olson.
Nice.
So it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yes. Yeah. So, what kind of questions was being asked of Eric?
There was, fan questions. The people, much like in the show, well, they kind of
Mm-hmm.
sent questions in. They had a super chat if you
I
paid
see. I see.
X amount of dollars and whatever. But I got in, some AWA Vern Gagne stories because
Oh.
obviously, for those who don't know, that's the way Eric Bischoff started out selling.
Yeah.
He grew up in Minneapolis in Minnesota, and he had this product called Ninja Stars, where it was
Mm.
just like a Velcro shield that you would wear, and then people got to throw ninja stars that were felt at you, and that's the thing. And he was just like, "Well, kids watch wrestling. Let me go to Vern Gagne and see if I could
Yeah.
sell my ninja stars on the program." He did it
Nice.
and whatever, and then there was just a point where he had a suit, and one of the guys, the announcers, had a DUI and couldn't get to
What?
the show, and they're like, "Hey, Eric, you got a suit?" And the rest, they say, is history.
Wow. Hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow, man. You know what I'm saying? He went with the flow. Look where it led him. Now
Yep.
he's an icon. He's an icon in the business.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
That name rings loud.
Yeah, man. So that was even when I told my wife, she was like, "Wait, I don't know a lot of the names. But I definitely know that one."
Yeah.
So, yeah,
He's
man.
a Hall of
So,
Famer, man. I mean,
yeah, just went in
I,
this year.
yeah. There you go. See, like the work that he put in, man. It revolutionized the sport. I mean, he was the antagonist to the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was pretty much him against um, Vince McMahon.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had Hogan and the Outsiders alongside him and all that, but he was the man. He was the man calling the shots. You know what I mean? Ted Turner dropped the millions and millions of dollars to him to spend, and he spent it too. And what an experience that was. What were your take on the Monday Night Wars?
I loved it, and it's weird, and I'm not saying that because you know just did a podcast with the guy, but I was the WCW guy. Like when I saw
Yeah. Oh, really?
Sting, yeah, no, 100%. They like,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, WWF,
Mhm.
Savage versus Bret Hart, Saturday Night's main event in
Yeah.
'87. But then,
Yeah.
like when I saw like Sting, I saw Sting
Mhm.
versus the Great Muta, and I think about
Mhm. Mhm.
'89,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh, this is better.
Yeah.
This is so much better.
Yeah.
Right,
The Great
right,
Muda, man. That was my
yeah.
dude right there. That was my dude. The Great Muda. That fool was hard to me.
Yeah, hell yes, dude.
He was
This,
always painted up. That green mist.
hmm dude.
And
I
he was
actually
so
got to
hard,
see him
mysterious.
live at PCW Ultra in where's that place? It's not Harbor City. It's right before you get to San Pedro, Wilmington.
Mm.
Wilmington, and he was
Oh,
in a tag team match against like John Morrison or John Ultra of that night, and then Sammy Callahan, who is
mm.
now former Impact Wrestling champion, and they were going up against Penta Zero Medio or Pentagon, right?
Mhm,
Pentagon,
mhm, mhm.
and it was Great Muda, and that was notable for two reasons. Because we had Nita Strauss, who played guitar for Alice Cooper and what have you. Well,
Right, right, right.
she played his entrance, the Muda's entrance there, and she's just
That's
a
it.
sweetheart. Her and her boyfriend, who's also her manager, I believe his name is Josh. Couldn't have been nicer people. Got
Sick.
talk to whoever. But that was the precursor because I think it happened in like January. It was like BCW's anniversary show, and that March or April, she ends up doing Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song at Mania. So
Wow.
that was the precursor to
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was. I cut a promo with Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster. Yes, yes, and that's and then you go back to so that was on a Friday night. The following night went to Bellator at the Forum, and then things to when Steve Romero of Fight Me Clothing.
Wow.
I find myself in the Forum Club partying with Mike Goldberg, John McCarthy, and none other than
Oh,
Brooke Hogan. So the man
oh
who tried to
man.
take down Hulkamania and the daughter of
Oh
Hulkamania
man.
in like 24 hours.
Oh man. That's sick. What an experience.
My life is
Mm.
weird, man.
Priceless. That was a priceless night. That was a priceless night. Straight up. You can't pay for that. You can't
No,
pay for that.
no, you can't. No, you can't. But another priceless night is this night, which we're talking about.
Yeah.
Another priceless night coming this Saturday as we're
Mhm.
filming this and taping this. But UFC Vegas 27, and this is headlined by former UFC bantamweight champion
Mhm.
Cody No Love Garbrandt and Rob Font. But
Mhm.
obviously,
Mhm.
before we get to the main event of the evening, we have to talk about the fights leading up to it. So first,
Mhm.
we have one Damir Ismagulov against
Mhm.
Rafael Alves. Damir comes with a 22-1 record, a champion of another organization, right? I want to say
Mhm.
that's somewhere in Eastern Europe, somewhere just where they just wrestle or taekwondo the hell
Mhm.
out of you and look either like Abe Lincoln or Cro-Magnon. But that's another
Mhm.
story for another day. But he's going up against the equally gullible and believe it was a former Titan FC champion.
Mhm.
That's what it looks like. I could be wrong, but looks similar. Yeah, no, he's a former Titan FC champion, much like Jose Shorty Torres. So,
Right, 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 right.
Rafael the Turn Alves, 19-9. Uh,
Mhm.
Basically, he came to us via the Dana White Contender Series back in August of last year, and he
Mhm.
basically finished Alejandro Flores with a guillotine choke in the second
Mhm.
round. Now, on the other end, we have Demir, and Demir, who obviously, I mean, I don't want to say obviously, but he's from the Russian Federation. He's got wins over, you know, Thiago Moises. That's his last win. He got a unanimous decision win. Uh,
Mhm.
Made his UFC debut back in 2018, in December of 2018.
Mhm.
That was back at UFC Fight Night 142. Then
Mhm.
goes UFC on ESPN 3 plus, ESPN Plus 3 and 15, racking up wins over Joel Alvarez and the aforementioned Thiago Moises.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, man, we've got a debuter. Obviously, Contender Series. That's more of a glorified exhibition, so
Mhm.
they don't count. I mean, it might count to a pro win, but it's not the official official debut. So
Hmm.
for Damir, this is his official UFC debut against somebody that has had 3 fights with the organization. What say
Hmm.
you, Voodoo Maximus?
Well, I'm looking at this here, and Demir is radiant. His record is not that bad at all. 22-1. You know, the last time he lost was what, 2015, and he strung together a series of wins. Another thing that I find impressive about him is his alliance with M1 Challenge. Many fights under M1 label. You know, yeah, he fought in Alaska Pride and all that, but M1 is definitive when I look at his record until he made a switch to the UFC in 2018. And even so, he's been unanimously victorious the entire time. So I see no reason why he wouldn't continue on this trend of victory, stringing together win after win after win. Rafael Alves, he looks good. You know, he looks good. He's primarily a grappler. You know, he's taken losses that that's been like straight striking attacks. Like here we have a leg kick, loss, another injury. I'm sure it was due to strikes. He's lost a guillotine. If you bring pressure to him, if you bring true pressure to him, in which his opponent can bring to him, Demir, then he is someone who will succumb to to pressure. So I'm gonna go with Demir Ismagulov to win this one, at least by the second round, either knockout or technical knockout or referee stepping in to stop the fight.
No, I like it. Now, you know what's funny to me? There's a couple things, right? So,
Hmm.
you mentioned about M1 Global, and I also don't think that should be overlooked one iota because, obviously there's, Brave FC. They're both Asia as well as like, Saudi Arabia into Europe, right? But
Hmm.
M1 Global, I would if you're filthy casual, right? You might even articulate that the M1 Global is much akin to Jungle Fight of Brazil, right? In that
Hmm.
Russian Federation. Fedor's
Hmm.
fought there, that
Hmm.
big, that was the first time I heard of M1 Global, you know?
Hmm.
So there's that. Another thing that I find fun is the fact that when you look at the kind of a tail of the tape, if you will, right?
Hmm.
For those that were clamoring for a Habib Nurmagomedov Tony Ferguson fight, the 3 times that it should have happened and it didn't. Well,
Hmm.
this might be a poor man's version of such things, and I'm not saying either Rafael or Demir are poor, low rent anything. That's not what I'm saying here. But obviously Tony and you know uh, Habib, right? These two don't have the credentials, not to say credentials, but like the fight experience that Ferguson and Habib had. So that's
Right.
why I say this might be Tony Ferguson versus Habib
Hmm.
light.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, 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 yes. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. But this Russian fella, he's gonna have crisper attacks that Demir. His striking is gonna be sharp. His straight punches are gonna be so snappy and quick. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see strong roundhouse kicks too from the lead leg. This is a dynamic striker we have in our midst here. It's gonna be quite a light show. You know what I mean? He's gonna be very flashy. Rafael has to get in there and shut it down with grappling. Otherwise, he's gonna get pieced up so bad. But either way, this Demir dude, he's used to people trying to take him down. You know what I mean? He's used to it. I mean, he's Russian. They grapple. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep.
have an interesting grappling style that's dominant, and that we can't overlook that. So, is the question is Rafael Alves, is his wrestling good enough such that he can engage Demir and take him down, so he can utilize his jiu-jitsu? I don't think he is. I don't think it's that good enough. This is my take. I think
I
Demir's gonna go in there, put a lot of pressure on him in the first round, get him tired, and then piece him up in the second round, knocking him out or referee stoppage.
I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. That's it. And it's your birthday. You know what? And I might make it kind of a spoiler alert, folks. But in honor of Voodoo's birthday today, for the I'm not gonna disagree with him one iota. So if if he says some outlandish weird shit and whatever, I'm just that's what we're gonna do. Okay, no pressure, Voodoo. No pressure. Um, Now, this is fun because we have another Demir of a different ilk. That is Demir Hadazovic, right?
Mm,
13-6, right? He will be facing 15-7 Yancy Medeiros. Obviously, for those who know, Yancy Medeiros, a tenured UFC veteran,
mhm,
long-time training partner and teammate of one Max Bless Holloway. Uh,
mhm,
but I, honest to goodness, forgot that Yancey was even signed to the UFC
mm,
because he's had three straight losses. Now, obviously, the three straight losses, Donald Cowboy Cerrone got KO'd by him in 2018. Then Gregor Gillespie, yeah, that Gregor Gillespie, yeah, basically, ground and pounded him in 2019. And Groovy Londo Venata, who we just saw eke out a win this past Saturday,
mhm,
and defeated him by unanimous decision. So it's
mhm,
like he comes back. He fights like three times in 3 years, right? Fights one time in 2018,
mhm,
loses. One time in 2019, loses. One time in 2020, loses. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 4-0 for one Yancy Medeiros.
mhm,
I don't even have to get. I mean, have to get into the the Bosnian Bombers record, right?
mhm,
Now here's a fun one. Oh, well, Demir
mhm.
is actually on a two-fight skid himself, losing to our
Mm.
friend and recipient of the
Oh
fifty
yeah,
thousand dollar bonus, one Christos the Spartan Giagos and
the
Hana.
Spartan.
Yes, and Hanato Mokano. So
Mhm,
this one, this one is definitely an eliminator. And who's to say, especially with what we saw with Jacare, who's to say that even in a win, if this fight isn't exciting enough, that
mhm.
both men will get their walking papers, I don't know, within the next couple weeks.
Hey man, business as usual. Business as usual. You know, if we're not performing, we're shipping you out. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, what say you? You got Demir or
But
you got
but
Yancy?
I think I'm gonna go with you on that one, man. Demir. There's something about Demir, and he's from Bosnia. You know, I really think there's a strong correlation between pain, life, difficulty, pain, and performance. And in something like this is easy. When they come out here from these war torn countries and then they go in the cage is easy. I mean, when they go home, they dodging bombs. You know what I'm saying? And life is really on the line. But this right here, this is just competition. So that hard life tends to enhance individuals. I mean, when you look at Kamsat Chimaev, he's another one that comes from a war torn country. I mean, he had to evacuate his hometown to go to wherever he went to. I don't remember, but he went there. Now he was safe. Now that toughness that he brought with him, look at where it's gotten him. Now he's in talks. Hey, let's talk about this one later. I want to talk
Okay.
about this Shemaev character.
Okay.
I think I like what I'm seeing. But anyways, war torn country tends to toughen a man's heart. So I'm gonna go with Demir to win this one by split decision.
I cannot agree with you anymore. Not just because that was a stipulation that I put on myself, much like
Hmm.
Cody Rhodes never challenging for AEW World Championship again, but
Hmm.
then books himself on top. That's it. But this time, I legitimately agree with you. Now, Yancy Medeiros is tough, just like all Islanders are. He's not going to give one quarter, but Demir, much like his namesake, so to speak. Uh,
Yes.
Damir Ismagulov. Uh, he's just gonna pressure him like nothing that Yancey's ever felt before, and it's gonna be
Mm.
a game changer.
And Yancey's just gonna have to knock him out clean, man, like a clean knockout. But I think that's gonna be difficult to land. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. That's half the battle, as Sergeant Slaughter said back in
Yeah,
GI Joe times.
yeah,
Knowing is half the battle. GI
that's
Joe.
right.
Now,
Sergeant Slaughter has that huge chin too. A chin stuck out like that. Mm.
Yancy Medeiros better fucking pray to the chin gods to fucking get the Sergeant Slaughter chin, because yeah, man. Or maybe it makes more of a target. So I don't know. I don't know. So I don't fight. It just seems like it. Like fucking Sergeant Slaughter. Who's the other one? Shit. Sergeant Slaughter, Court McGee, Antonio Inoki. That's
Yeah.
those fucking
Yeah,
long.
Antonio Noki. That's another interesting fella right there.
Yeah, man, that's a chin. And shout out because the Dark Side of the Ring of the Korean the fucking that weird shit that they had in fucking North Korea back in the '90s, where it even fucking made Muhammad Ali, who was well into his Parkinson's
Yeah,
diagnosis, was
yeah.
just like told Ric Flair, "What the fuck are we doing here?" But the Dark Side of the Ring by Vice, they actually have that deal. It aired tonight, so definitely check that out. But yeah, that's fucking. You're fucked when, again, like pretty deep into fucking Parkinson's. Ali's going to Flair and going like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Jesus Christ. Again, the world we live in, it's just so beautiful, so strange, so strange. Which you get cool and strange shit like this. We have Joshua Kulibao, Joshua Kuya Kulibao,
Hmm.
8-1 out of Australia with the biggest fucking belt I have ever fucking seen. Good God, it seems like his fucker. They just got like a hubcap, you know, and some fucking stickers, and just like, God, this thing is fucking huge. Jesus Christ, I thought if the fucking UFC fucking paper plate championship looked bad, this motherfucker, God. Yo, and for those, it seems like I don't want to speak out of term, but it looks like Joshua Kulabao is of Filipino descent. None further kind of evident in that his nickname is Kuya, which is like older cousin, right? And it's Kuya in Filipino, right? But
Yeah.
man, somebody should have fucking told Kuya what the fuck is up with that belt. Good
Hey
God.
man, it seems there's some kind of a cobra's head in the background where of the DFC on that belt. Is that a cobra or a diamond?
I
Looks
think
like a
it's a
cobra.
diamond, but it could also be like what is it? The fucking Randy Orton Cobra. I can see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah. It's crazy.
God, Josh
That's a big
Cooleybow.
ass belt.
Yo, bro, like I've got a camo title. If you ever, and it's not just they fucking gave him the belt, they gave him a fucking still. I mean, a damn lanyard of sorts that would make fucking Flavor Flav jealous and shit like that. Good God, what the fuck are we doing, man? And he's just smiling like not even giving a fuck, man. Even the damn announcer, right? The cage announcer has a shit like this because the glare of this fucking atrocity of a belt is just fucking. You can even see it in the one fucking lens of his eyeglass. You can see the fucking glare. This is so bad. Shout out to DFC, whatever the fuck that is, man. Jesus Christ. That's it. And but with Cooley Bao, he has an opponent in one Wolverine fighting out of China. Holy fucking shit. Shai Shielan Nuradan Bieke. Or could it be Nuremberg versus what the fuck, man? His either first and or last name is like that. You remember that fucking techno song back in the 90s? It was like, ah, yeah, you want to be my
Yeah.
lover? Ah, yeah, want to be my lover? That's what the fuck this says name sounds like, man. Uh, so, so,
Yulong Shay? Yulong Shay?
okay. Elon Musk said Dogecoin to the moon. That's what I fucking
oh,
want to see.
oh my goodness.
But I
Oh,
digress. It is not what
this
I
is,
want.
this
But
is,
this obviously being yeah, his UFC debut. Coming to
oh,
us from the Chinese regional scene, fighting in such places as GCK, um, WLF, which if you take WLF WARS WLF Wars, which if you flip that W into M, it would be MILF Wars 47. That's here nor there. That's just where my mind goes. Um, and a veteran of Road FC. Road FC, prominent Chinese, Asian, MMA brand. I would even liken it to Asia's version of Cage Warriors. A lot of Road FC talent either stay there in Road FC or go into the Bellators, the UFCs, and
yep,
hell, even one championship.
yep, yep,
So,
yep.
what say you?
This one, it's not quite clear, It's not quite clear as the others. It's a 50-50 for me, man. I'll flip you for it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with, uh, yeah, want to be my lover, cause, cause he's got fucking shit tons of finishes, man. Like he's got, look, how many? Okay, so he's got a unanimous decision right in
Right.
November of 2020 in
Hmm.
GCK, rear naked choke. Literally a month later, like back to back. We're kind of heralding Hamzat Chimaev, right?
Right, 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 right.
Well, this dude, I mean, he didn't do it in the 10 days that Chimaev did it, but he still fucking did it.
Yes, yes.
Within
After a unanimous decision too.
yeah, like within a fucking month, this guy,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And man, talk about 2020. This dude, this dude was active, man. Like
Hmm.
20 January of 2020 beats Alexei Olenek. Holy fuck, he beats Alexei Olenek and sent Olenek into retirement, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Then he faced was a one word, much like Sokuju, right? Sokuju. We've got Yumbugele, right?
Yubile.
Yeah, and he fucking
Yubile.
he
Yubile.
yeah, you be that too. And you and for his name, probably more so than anything else, he got KO'd by
Hmm.
yeah, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
and that happened in May, right? This mother
Yeah.
this motherfucker fights wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights in a year. And
Hmm.
it's not just in a year. COVID year 2020,
Hmm.
this motherfucker
Hmm.
found a way to fight 7 times.
Hmm.
Seven
Hmm.
times.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's not playing around.
Not
Hey,
fucking around.
the
Wow.
man, the
Yeah.
man wants to eat. The man wants to eat, and he realizes to eat, you got to put the work in, and he's doing that. 7 fights. Wow. And we're talking about what's that fella that's been getting choked out lately?
Olenek. Fucking Alexei
No,
Olenek.
no, 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 no. The guy that was talking to Khabib when he was getting beat down. but
Ooh,
he was too busy talking to Khabib.
no, Dylan Dennis.
No. Oh, what's that dude's name?
Oh, Edson Barboza.
No. Before that, the 170 pounder, but he went up to 185, and he fought the kid from he fought the kid from King's MMA, the one that's
Oh,
got the title.
Gastelum, right?
No, the one
No,
that's got the title shot right now.
Vittori.
Again, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He fought against Vittori, and Vittori out wrestled him. I
Yeah,
forget the
yeah.
man. But what's his name again? The guy that got out wrestled?
Fuck.
Holland, Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland?
Holland.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
that
Kevin
silly
Holland.
motherfucker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't even get me
Hey,
started
but
on that guy.
you made a good argument. 7 fights in 1 year, only losing 1 out of 7 is not bad at all. This guy's a go getter, and he's got more experience based on the fact that he's very active. So it wouldn't be a safe bet to bet on Joshua Kulibao. You know what I'm saying? He might need more time. So because it's a 50-50, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump on the same side as you and pick Shea Leon
Yeah.
Nutabirke Nutabeke something. The long ass name.
Oh, yeah. Wanna be my lover. That's what I got. That's what I got. Um, Damn, man, my mental capacity. God, there might be more space between my ears and I know what to do with. But speaking of space, one space that vicious Victor Rodriguez wants to kind of clear is a fight of the night bonus at 50
Mhm.
or now $75,000. He is
Mhm.
seven
Mhm.
and three, training out of AK-49 martial arts, wherever the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the hell that is, but
Okay.
he lost to one Adrian Yanez and his UFC debut. Gets
Mhm.
head kicked to fucking shit by Adrian
Yeah,
Yanez. I remember that one,
I
right?
remember that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, but had a hell of a run on the Alaskan fighting circuit. Fighting at Alaska FC, Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Which fuck,
Mhm.
that's a great name. Blood, Sweat, and
Mhm.
Beers. Shout out to them. Metal Mayhem 2, and returning to Alaska FC before he faces Yanez. Right
Right.
now, now on the other side of the docket, he is facing the 11-5-2 Bruno Silva. Last time we saw Bruno the Bulldog Silva, oh, I like his belt. It's nice. It's
Mhm.
fucking platinum. I like it. Oh yeah, this is the guy that was the last time that we saw him. I guess that win over JP Buys, we saw Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo in his
Right.
corner. That was just yeah. That was just
That's
this year.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
so Bruno Silva, he's been in the UFC since last year, 2020, right?
Right.
But he basically lost two unanimous decisions, right, to
Mhm.
David Dvorak as well as Tagir Ulanbekov, right?
Mhm.
But then fucking ends up finishing JP not Buys, it's Bays. That you
Mhm.
remember
Mhm.
those two?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Bays and his wife,
Yes.
fucking, I'm gonna wreck shit and whatever, and they both fucking got their ass kicked. So great, so great. Yeah, which, oh god, I'm gonna go on a limb, man. You fucking knock out JP Bays. Nothing against
You,
Bays, but his fucking wife is annoying as shit. Even my wife was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like, she doesn't talk shit about anyone. But she was like, when they started running the promos and whatever, she was like, "Who the hell?" Right? So
yeah.
I'm going with Bruno Silva, not because I think Victor Rodriguez isn't a kick-ass fighter, but again, if you can shut up one of the Bays fucking couple,
Yeah.
I love you forever. That shit is
Uh,
like, Like the Iron
Uh,
Sheik on Twitter when somebody dies. Oh,
yeah.
Bubba, I love you forever. Oh, so I'm going with Bruno Silva. I don't care how it
Yeah,
happens.
man. Hey, the Bulldog sounds good right about now, man. Straight up, I'm with that. And the
Yeah,
other fellow, man, coming from the Alaskan circuit, I don't think he's getting. Not that Alaskan MMA is weak or anything like that, but when you get on this stage here, we're pulling from the very best in the world. You know what I mean? And Alaska is not in the top five, so therefore, I don't feel he's going to perform to the level of a Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva is used to this, So I'm also gonna second that Bruno Silva notion, and I possibly a split decision though.
yeah, I
You know
feel
what I
that
mean?
way too,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Because Victor Rodriguez he's not going to go down easy, not one
Mm-hmm.
iota. This is
Mm-hmm.
this could be a fight of the night contender right here.
Yeah, it could be. I agree 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Now, I think this is fun. We have Brazil's Claudio Silva. I don't know if he has any relation to Bruno Silva, but I
Mm-hmm.
believe they do. I just gonna they're brothers. I don't know that for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I'm just talking out of my ass, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Hannibal Claudio Silva, yeah, his nickname is Hannibal. Holy fuck,
Animal.
man. But he came to us the UFC way back in 2014 with a unanimous decision over Brad Scott. Beat
Mm-hmm.
Leon Edwards in a split decision in 2014. Nordin Talib, a name we haven't heard in a while, but finish off Nordin with a rear naked choke in the very first round. That was in 2018. Then 2019 finishes Danny Roberts with an armbar. Um, and then Cole Williams neck cranked the fuck out of Cole Williams at UFC on ESPN 5,
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes, yes, yes,
but then
yes.
lost a unanimous decision to Don McGuire's good friend, one
Mm-hmm.
James Krause.
Yeah, yeah. That's a respectable loss. You know what I mean? He actually, but when you fight a James Cross, this dude is a beast. You know what I mean? And I don't like to use that word, but I know the connection people have with that term beast. So I want them to feel the same effect when I call this man that. But I think it's more than that. Not only is he an excellent performer in the cage, he is able to help other people rise to the occasion and deliver at their very best. So uh, this is someone to be looked at and taken notice of in regards to Coach of the Year and all that kind of stuff. His people have been doing very, very well. He's making a name for himself, you know, and we're keeping a close eye on him.
Yeah. Now on the other side of the docket, making fucking that Abe Lincoln look, cool before it was cool. One Court the Crusher McGee. Now, obviously, Court McGee, a Ultimate Fighter season 11 winner. He beat Chris McRae back in 2010. That
hmm
season was back like literally almost 12 years ago.
Yep.
Uh, like a month removed from 12 years ago. It didn't seem that long because names like Seth Brzezinski, Nick Ring, those are people I fucking just know, off the top of my head. But yeah, that shit was 12 fucking years ago. Cannot even believe it. Cannot even
Mm.
believe it. Now, Court McGee, trading out of Elevation, the Pit affiliate,
hmm
John Hackelman's the Pit, and that's an affiliate there in Utah that Court McGee represents. But here's the crazy thing: we haven't seen Court McGee win since Alex Garcia. That was a unanimous decision win back in 2018, right?
hmm
He lost to Carlos Condit, the most recent deal, the battle of
hmm
the uncrowned. That just felt like MMA's finest in 2012 is
hmm
what we got,
hmm
right?
hmm
Where that fits in MMA today, I don't know where it does, right? Especially with the
hmm
UFC.
hmm
Um, but lost to Sean Brady and Diego Lima, brother of Douglas Lima, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
also has losses over Shane Strickland, Ben Saunders. Man, yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think Court McGee stands much of a chance, and it sucks to say that. But this is somebody who has battled addiction. He's just kept on coming back. The amount of fight that resides in Court McGee, you could give like a most minuscule amount of whatever keeps Court McGee coming back and
Mm-hmm.
rising to the occasion. Give
Mm-hmm.
anybody, a minuscule amount, and with that mentality, they become a champion. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Claudio, even though he's lost some too, right? But 14-2. I just think it's just this is a not to say it's a gimme fight for him, but I definitely see it a unanimous decision going Claudio Silva. I don't think he's gonna KO Court McGee, but I could be
Mm-hmm.
wrong because that chin
Mm-hmm.
has been tested. Oh God, since what, like 2013, this guy has been on the
Mm-hmm.
scene in one
Mm-hmm.
iteration or another. 20,
Mm-hmm.
2007, 2007, his first amateur fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Mm-hmm.
then turns pro literally 5 months or 1 month later, right? And beats
Yep.
Rise Stone at the same Golden Fights promotion that he made his
Mm-hmm.
debut as an amateur. So
Mm-hmm.
as much as I love Court McGee, I think the last UFC video game I have Court McGee as one of my champions. But I just think his time has come.
Yeah.
I I think this is a coming out party for Claudio.
It's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. Kids are entering the mixed martial arts professional status at 18 years old now. Look at that kid that looks like Ben Askren. He
Oh
started
yeah,
at
that
18
guy.
as well. Yeah, Rory McDonald. He started at 18 years. Actually, Rory McDonald was telling people he was like 18 when he was 16, beating up on grown men. You know what I'm saying? Kid's a prodigy. He's one of the first generation of dynamic strikers. I mean, look at the war he had with Robbie Lawler. I think they fought twice. I mean, but he's had incredible matches at such an early age, and then now he's a professional mixed martial artist in such that he doesn't need to go have wars anymore. He will take the choke as soon as possible, like he did in his last fight. Now he took no damage. He's ready to go again against Gleason T-Bar, I believe he's fighting next. So
Yep.
shout out to those guys. But going back to what you were saying, man, Court McGee, he's not one of those dudes that ended up becoming great strikers. So that's gonna haunt him here. I believe Claudio will have better hands and better jiu-jitsu. So Court, like you said, will defend and he will not be stopped or anything like that, knocked out or submitted. But I see a lot of Claudio taking his back and just trying to get a submission and burning a clock and Claudio winning like that. So this is not going to be an exciting match to me.
No, not at all. Holy shit! It says Diego Sanchez split from his manager Josh Ribia.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, yeah. I
Holy,
saw that too.
holy shit, man!
Yeah, right.
What a time to be alive. This is a weird, strange time. People are fucked up, but they're also awesome. So I'm just saying, shout out to people. Shout out to people. Speaking of two big, big fucking people, we have Chris Barnett,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
Beast Boy, 21-6, and he is facing one Big Ben Rothwell, who
mhm.
sports an impressive. Do you know how many fucking fights Ben Rothwell's had?
Too many.
Literally almost 50 fights. 38 and
Damn.
13 is what he's bringing to the table once he steps inside the octagon to no Saturday night.
Mhm,
Um, man, I got Rothwell. Nothing against Chris Barnett, right?
mhm,
But
mhm,
Rothwell's jujitsu, like
mhm,
to me, it was a little bit, as the kids say, suspect, right?
mhm, mhm.
and then he's progressed. He's had some, you know, everybody wants to cite with like, Frank Mir basically revolutionized the way that heavyweights look in the
Hmm.
pantheons of MMA when
Hmm.
they get down to submitting people and shit like that, and how it really
Hmm.
works. So I just, I don't know. I feel Rothwell, he's just gonna fucking outclass the young spry, opponent of this night. I'm going with Big Ben. Probably third round submission.
Uh, I gotta go with Big Ben too. First of all, he's got the reach advantage, he's got the height advantage, he's got the experience advantage. The good thing about heavyweight is they don't have to move really fast, which requires youth. So him being that he's been in mixed martial arts since what 1999 or so like that.
Yep.
I mean, now he's a well experienced fighter who doesn't have to get into striking wars. First of all, he's gonna have reach advantage. His boxing is good enough that he's gonna keep this beast boy. He's gonna keep him away. And when he needs to, he'll close the distance and put him on the fence and just lay on him. You know what I mean? The Beast Boy, he's an explosive fighter. If you slip up around him, he'll knock you clean out.
Yeah.
Even though he's a shorter fella, he can fly. You know, he can go vertical, and that's dangerous. The man, he's some sort of taekwondo artist. For a big man like that to do the kind of things that he does, it's quite impressive. Quite impressive. But at the same time, I believe Ben Rothwell, he's seen many opponents, and big Beast Boy's style or whatever he's bringing to the table, Rothwell has seen it before, and he's gonna
Yeah.
have an answer. And because he's already seen it before, he's gonna do a better job than he did the last time
Mm-hmm.
when he fights against uh, Beast Boy. So Rothwell, I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a consensus pick. We've got Big Ben Rothwell. Now, moving up the card and down in weight, we have Bill Algeo, the
Hmm.
Signor Perfetto, right, against Ricardo, the Bully. Oh, no, that's not. I thought it was Ricardo Lamas. No, this one is
Yeah,
Rico Ramos. Ricardo
yeah,
Ramos,
Ricardo
I'm sorry.
Ramos. Yeah.
He, which I don't even. Is it Hikaru? Because it's got the R.
Hmm.
Ricardo Ramos?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, man.
Picardo.
Yeah. So obviously Ramos, he comes to us, as a member of Team Alpha Male and China's
Hmm.
top team. Um, last time we saw him in the cage, it was actually a loss back in July of 2020 against
Yeah,
Marone Murphy,
yeah, yeah.
um, and has wins over Eduardo Guragori as well
Hmm.
as Journey Newsom. Ah, man, Journey Newsom. I wonder if he's still fighting,
Journey.
right? And
Yeah.
Saeed Nurmagomedov lost to. So what? On the other side of the docket, we've got Bill Algeo, all right,
Hmm.
and yeah, has a win over Spike Carlisle, lost to Ricardo Lamas, win over Tim Dooling by unanimous decision. Yeah, so what do you got?
Man, it's a toss up, man. It's a toss up. So I know how good Spike Carlisle is, and if this kid has been Spike Carlisle,
Right?
and he's already been in there with Ricardo Lamas, even though Ricardo won, we know what kind of fighter Ricardo is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that experience matters, right? I mean, look how he was able to beat Spike Carlisle, and I
Yeah.
know how good Spike is. So there's something about this fella, Bill. There's something about him. But Ricardo Ramos, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't read this one.
Yeah.
But I will say the fact that he's coming from a loss has to impact his confidence.
Mm.
So Bill has the edge right now. Yeah, every little thing counts in mixed martial arts. Every little thing counts. So I'm gonna go with Bill Algero.
Yeah, I like
Split
that.
decision.
I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, 100%. Yeah, man. So from Bill Aljeo,
Mm-hmm.
we have the screen went blank. We have Jack Hermanson, Jack the
Mm-hmm.
Joker Hermanson versus Edmund the Golden Boy Shabazian.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, fight of the night here too. I'm just saying. I think the both of them are just gonna test each other. Um, but yeah, what say you, Voodoo?
This is gonna be an interesting match, no doubt about it. Jack Hermanson, the Joker.
Yeah,
You can call him a complete fighter, but he's heavy, 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 heavy on a grappling tip.
yeah,
In his last matchup against Marvin Vittori, he tried to he was out of character, I would say. But man, your game is based around grappling, so stick to that. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I appreciate you trying to stand and bang. It doesn't work for you. You don't end up acquiring or accessing free flow when you force like that, which is why he lost to Marvin Vittori. You know, he should have
yeah,
been mixing it up a little bit more. He stood too long. He tried to bang too long. So I believe he saw how he put himself out of place, and now look at Marvin Vittori. He's got the title shot. That
right,
could have been him. That could
yeah,
have been him. You know what I mean? So Jack Hermanson, he's been thinking. He's been thinking and he's been improving based on the mistakes that he made against Marvin. So when he comes in there against Edmund Shabazian, I think he's going to be crisper and sharper. Edmund Shabazian, yeah, how many fights does he have? 11. Even though he's a very good fighter, he's young when it comes to this game. He's young. He's still young. Um, but he has been some pretty good people though. I'll give him that.
yeah,
I mean, Brad Tavares is no pushover, and
no,
we've seen him at CXF perform
yeah,
quite impressively too in person. So
yeah,
not that he's not good, but when you get to this level, man, every little bit of advantage counts. It counts. And Jack Hermanson's experience is gonna pay dividends for him. He's not going to like outclass the kid, but he's got enough to outshine the kid, outmaneuver the kid, and outgrapple the kid. This is what I see. Jack Hermanson is gonna win this one.
yeah.
Split decision. I'll give him a split decision
You say
because the
split?
kid he's a tough kid.
See that too. So it's kind of rough to say. I'm literally like a mile and a half down from the Glendale Fight Club. So
Hmm.
technically, he's my neighbor. But yeah, the Joker is something fucking different, man.
Yeah, and he can go out there and prove us wrong. No
Right?
problem. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, one thing we'll also see is a matchup in the men's flyweight
Hmm.
division. We have the Undertaker,
Hmm.
David Dvorak,
Hmm.
19-3. Good God, this guy has literally he hasn't lost a fight since May 2012.
Hmm.
So literally 10 years, right? Like
Hmm.
10 years and 9 days removed from his last loss as we
Hmm.
sit here on the 20th, soon to be the 21st of
Hmm.
May.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's just wild. That's so wild that he hasn't lost a match in 10 years. Now, on the other side of the docket, we have Howlan Paiva,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And with Howlan, uh, basically has a win over Mark De La Rosa, KO'd him. Zygas Zumagulov got
Hmm.
a unanimous decision. I mean, there's just talent here, and all it takes is, not so much, putting lipstick on a pig, but going
Mhm.
as a fighter to somebody that might be more knowledgeable than you in terms of your social
Mhm.
media or
Mhm.
YouTube, whatever. But
Mhm.
find somebody to do it on a retainer, and
Mhm.
then, you could probably win an argument if push comes to shove.
Right. 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 That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, when push comes to shove, David Vorak is gonna run right through him like hot knife through butter.
Yep.
He's gonna cut him down, finish him by the second round, and we're gonna move on. He is the Undertaker for a reason. A
Yep.
man chooses the name, the moniker, the Undertaker.
Yep.
I mean, from what we know of the Undertaker, I mean, 30-0 in WrestleMania. That's got to count for something. This
Hmm.
man is 10 years and counting since his last loss. He's just stringing it together. He has become the perfect fighter. That's what you're seeing
Yeah.
here. Because he has armbar wins, rear naked choke wins, punches. He can knock you out with his hands.
Yeah.
Doctor stoppage. He can break you. Punches, punches and elbows, rear naked choke, punches, KO, KO, rear naked choke. He's gonna do whatever it takes to stop you. He's like the Terminator. Unanimous decision. As long as he wins, that's all that matters. This is what we're seeing here. And Raulian Paiva, he's not ready for the smoke. He don't want the smoke.
Nope.
He's gonna get run right over. I see a stop. He's gonna get stopped actually. Raulian is gonna get stopped.
Damn.
No later than the second round, if not the
Ooh.
first. He's gonna get
Wow.
smashed. Watch.
Wow.
He's gonna get smashed. He's a thing guy. He's gonna get smashed.
I'm just gonna go Shabazian just to no, that's not even my deal because I can't disagree with you. So yeah, what Voodoo said, that's what I'm going with.
Dvorak.
Dvorak, yes. Now, speaking of Dvoraks, these are two females that aren't having any of that in their surname. We have
Mhm.
Felicia Spencer, 8-2, against Norma Dumont or
Mhm.
Dumont, right?
Mhm.
Felicia
Mhm.
Spencer, man, the phenom. She's
Mhm.
been here forever. Now, obviously,
Mhm.
she took a 2-year sabbatical to kind of battle some health issues,
Right.
but even still, like she's only had 3 shows not pay her.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Mhm.
Now, in terms of God, where did the comments are there. Um, the next deal we have, why we have we talked about Norma Dumont, right? Or
Uh,
Dumont.
not yet. Not yet. We
Okay,
haven't said anything
so
about it.
the immortal Norma Dumont is
Mhm.
5-1, which again, just theoretically speaking, it's fun. All right, how could you be, win the war when this shit is still going on? It's
Mhm.
just, it's weird to me. It's like the motherfuckers on the Titanic that was playing their violin. It's like that's just some elitist fucking shit, man. You know. Um, but Dumo basically has wins over Ashley Evans Smith,
Mhm.
Mariana Moraes, uh,
Yeah.
Erica Diane,
Mhm.
Dian, Patricia Borges. T- Tainara Lisbola. There you
Mhm.
go. That word looked weird to me for a second.
I only
Um,
heard two names, man. I only heard two names: Ashley Evans Smith, Megan Anderson.
yeah.
She lost to Megan Anderson. Right cross. Okay. That means she doesn't understand range too well.
Mm-mm.
Maybe she's more grappler than anything.
Yep.
And what we're gonna find here is Felicia Spencer is a very good striker and kicker, very good kickboxer. She's old school, rugged. You know what I mean? You want to grapple, she'll grapple with you, right? But I don't think this girl's ready, man. Phenomenon, whatever.
Yeah.
Norma Dumont, she's not ready for the smoke. Felicia's gonna run right through her, finish her in the third round.
Yeah, man, it's a tough way to go to the pay window. But
It is what it is.
yeah. Now, speaking of two guys who might make extra auditions to I don't know, all things food, right? Because
Yeah.
these guys, Justin Taffa, who's 4-2, coming out of Australia against Jared Vandera, 11-5 is Jared,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, man, I feel sorry for Justin Taffa. He's
Mhm.
gonna get KO'd by the mountain. I feel bad, man. I'm O for everything. Trying to interview and podcast with fucking islanders that aren't Fijian. I've had a 0% success rate. Those are
Oh,
facts.
hey, this mountain fella fought Sean Johnson back in Smash Global.
Yeah, yeah.
Smash Global 4.
Which was the one that predated you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that piece of trivia there, do you think he wins or who
He also
catches a
fought Joey
fall?
Hernandez. Joey Hernandez and I were in the amateurs together back at the U of MMA. Interesting times, good times. But you said, do I think Jared Vandera is gonna win? Of course, he's gonna win. Um, they're gonna sling heavy shots, but Jared is gonna put body on him. He's gonna put body on him and try and take him to the ground and try and finish him on the ground. See, he knows Tafa has that equalizer. You know what I mean? Most heavyweights have that equalizer. So to minimize the damage, he's gonna wrestle him. He's gonna take him down. He's gonna smash him on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Tafa's gonna turn his back and he's gonna take his neck and he's gonna choke him out.
Yeah, yeah. So I go with you, Justin
Yeah.
Tafa, for probably a KO. What would you say? 2, 3 rounds?
No
First,
more. I
even?
mean, he's gonna stop him no matter what. He's gonna
Right.
stop him by submission. I
I
don't see
like it.
him knocking out Tafa. He won't stand with Tafa. I don't think so.
Right.
He's gonna be strategic.
No, I like it. I like it. Strategic, means both a heavyweight division. Again, what a time to be alive, man. I wonder what
That's
that,
right, man.
Hong Man Choi would do in 2021 right now.
Mm.
Would he have fucking TikToks and shit? I
Mhm.
don't know, man. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. But one thing that we know isn't weird, we are at the co-main events of the evening. We have Zoinan Yan, or Yan
Mhm.
Zoinan, against former Invicta strawweight champion, former UFC strawweight champion, one Carla the Cookie Monster Estrada. Or
Mhm.
Esparza. Why did I
Mhm.
say Estrada? I don't know. I'm thinking about chips. I'm hungry. But Carla Esparza, arguably one of the most significant names and accolades bestowed upon her
Mhm. Mhm.
in all of MMA, not just women's MMA, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
17-6. Uh, this is literally a number between the number 4 and number 5 seed in
Mhm.
the in the arena. So,
Mhm.
what say you?
Hey, man, I like this matchup. I like this matchup. Carlos Esparza, the very first strawweight champion. Carlos Esparza won the tournament and became the very first strawweight champion. And then Joanna Jędrzejczyk came and reigned on that parade. Shortly after that, Rose Namajunas reigned on her parade.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Jessica Andrade. From Jessica Andrade, we had Joan Wei Lee. And then now we have Thug Rose back in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So Carla Esparza paved the way for this. And she is number 5. She's been in the top 5 for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is special individual. And then we have Zhao Nan Yang. Zhao Nan Yang is coming to this after multiple performance. Every time you see her, she's improving. She's been in there with the Claudia Gadelia, unanimous decision.
Yep.
Karolina Kowalkiewicz, unanimous. Angela Hill, unanimous. You know how good Angela Hill is. Unanimous.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Claudia Gadelia, high intense grappler. Strength. You know what I'm saying? Carolina, very good complete fighter.
Mm.
Angela Hill, excellent striker. But she's she's letting you know she's a complete fighter. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Complete fighter. She's got fire powers, left and right. Want to go on the ground? We can go on the ground. You want to
Mm.
wrestle? We can. Let's wrestle. Like Khabib said, let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. you
Yeah.
want you want to wrestle? We can wrestle. But she's got the height advantage. She's got the reach advantage. And she's got the hand speed advantage. Speed is going to be the major key to the victory for the Chinese. The Chinese is going to be very clear. She's going to show clearly that she is a champion. Zhao Nanyang is going to win this one, either by unanimous decision or stoppage.
I like it. No, I'm going the same way. I'm going the same way. It's not just because we have that extra bit of stipulation that we started at the beginning of the show where he couldn't
Mm-hmm.
curse.
Mm-hmm.
We are paying pay dirt because Mikey O'Shea, that's doing all the um, fuck. I forgot what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna talk about like fucking TikTok videos. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna. I was a tangent that I was like, fuck it, it's out there, never to be seen again. Fuck that. But yeah, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it because
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about Carlos Barza,
Mm-hmm.
a pioneer for not just female strawweights, but just female fighters. The first. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
first twice. She found out a way to do it both in Invicta and the UFC, becoming
Mm-hmm.
their their inaugural strawweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody before her, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but Thug Rose, that's the champion in her division. At some point, she's gonna have to face Zhang Wei Li. I before we started the show, I happened to look at YouTube, right, and it was just like, hey, the KOs or the finishes that happened, featuring the people on UFC Vegas 27. So they showed the Carlos Esparza, Rose Namajunas fight for the Ultimate Fighter title, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was the last time Carlos Esparza, I want to say, had a finish.
Mm-hmm.
Split decision, split decision, split decision.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Tatiana Suarez
Mm-hmm.
and Claudia Gadelia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean she's pretty much aside from her facing Liv Alvarez back in 2012 with Invicta
Mm-hmm.
fighting number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just
You
I
know,
I don't think Carlos got much of a chance when it gets into like the elite level. I think
you know, when
she
when we
was
when we
yeah.
when we talk about skill, Carla's got more skill. She's a pioneer. She's got
Right.
more skill. But her opponent is new age, faster, bigger, stronger. You know what I mean? The losses that you mentioned uh, to the Cookie Monster, they were more
Yeah.
powerful than she was.
Right?
And Young is gonna be right on the same
Way more
line as that.
powerful.
Way more powerful. You know, whatever shot she's gonna shoot, she's gonna stuff them, and then she's gonna piece her up. I mean, Carla Esparza, she's gonna move the entire time, but she's gonna get pieced up.
Hmm.
And once she sees that the takedowns aren't gonna be there, she's gonna get pieced up. And she's gonna throw shots here and there. You know, she's a warrior, but the Chinese throws in combinations, man. She punches in bunches, and it's gonna show unanimously, if not a stoppage.
Yeah, I almost and Carla's always been okay with
Hmm.
like me. She's you know she's cool. She's cool, but
Yes, she
for
is.
whatever reason, I see like I envisioned it probably 3 weeks ago that
Hmm.
she literally does a face plant. She gets KO'd. She's bloody. Gets a,
Hmm.
falls like literally falls, and it becomes a very serious matter. That's what I foresaw. I
Hmm.
hope that prophecy isn't the truth. That it's a
Hmm.
little bit Memorex,
Hmm.
but oh, oh, this yeah, the
Yeah,
Chinese versus the American. I don't
yeah.
think Carla's gonna, as good
Jan,
as she is, she's not gonna
yeah,
do it.
yeah. Jan is very lethal. It's very easy for what you say to come to pass because Jan is that dangerous. She isn't number 4 or 5 for no reason.
Right?
I mean, look, look at the win streak. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, she was gonna run in there against her own country female in John Wei Lee. That fight was coming up.
Yeah.
It was coming up, and who knows? We might see it next.
Right.
But I believe this particular match is for the title. Whoever wins this right here will face Rose Namajunas next.
Yeah.
And boy, 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 would I like to see China versus America one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm with you all the way. That's it too. And unfortunately, Carlos Esparza was once, one of the cornerstones of the MMA. Those days are gone, and it seems like finds herself all by herself, but with fence posts and like it's just yeah, man. I just don't think that Carla Esparza is. For one time, she was an elite fighter, right? This is not the time. Like the UFC's strawweight division has evolved so
Hmm.
fast from when she was a champion that
Hmm.
her last finish was at the Ultimate Fighter finale. That's almost 10 years ago.
That's true, man. And the sad part about it is it's not even her fault. You know what I mean? It's just that the game is evolving so fast that people from different parts of the world are bringing new skill that isn't common to her where she's at, and people are more deadly. You know what I mean, Jan is it's gonna be a problem come Saturday, man. This is a serious matter. The
Yeah,
top 5 are some dangerous, dangerous women. Dangerous.
it's never looked scarier.
It's danger. They are all dangerous, man. Rose is dangerous. Look at that lead leg roundhouse kick that she landed on the champion, the former champion. Look at the champion. How much the champion went to war against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Look at Jędrzejczyk. Even in that condition, with that huge hematoma, she kept pushing forward to the
Hmm.
very last second. 25-minute war. The best female fight in history. You know what I'm saying? And then now we have the Cookie Monster and we have Jan. You know what I mean? This is gonna be it's gonna be glass, like Bruce Lee would say. This time you're eating paper. The next time it's gonna be glass. Saturday is gonna be glass. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna be eating glass, and whoever that winner is gonna get the title shot
Yeah,
against Rose Thug Namajunas.
yeah. No, couldn't have said it any better myself. But one thing that I think I have a good time saying is we are at the main event of the evening. We have literally Rob Font going up against a former UFC bantamweight champion. He is the one and only Cody No Love Garbrandt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rob Font sports an impressive 18-4 record. Last time that we saw him in the cage wasn't too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that was December of 2020 again with his KO of Marlon Moraes, right? Unanimous decision over Ricky Simone. Uh, unanimous decision over Sergio Pettis, which is the current Bellator champion. Uh, yeah, man, he's something the who's who, right? Has fun, but you could be the who's who's and the talk of the town. But Cody No Love Garbrandt is one of the most interesting fighters that I've ever seen. Goes to his striking and boxing prowess with his uncle Rob Meese. Um, man, this is a coin toss. It I want to say there's something in me, and I know it's so typical to say both answers, but I feel like Rob Font might be somebody who derails the double belt aspirations of Cody Norlove Garbrandt. I think there's a way that he nullifies it, but then again, Garbrandt after that split second KO, God, that and a win over Rafael Osensao, that right there, you know, that right there is crazy. The fight with Dominic Cruz, where he won by unanimous decision back in 2016. Takeo Muzangaki. That's man. There's names in here I forgot about. Man, I love it. And Cody Garbrandt is from that era. But if you had to make a pick, Rob Font
Yeah,
or Cody No Love, who you got?
Rob Font.
Really?
Very easy, man. Very simple. Not difficult at all. Not at all. And
Okay.
TJ, the bang system. The bang system put out the blueprint for Cody Garbrandt. It's very simple and very easy. You just got to remain sharp. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And Rob Font has the skills to remain sharp, which is why he has the record that he has. I mean, look at the people that he's beaten.
Yeah.
He's beaten some really really good people. Marlon Moraes is a World Series of Fighting
For
champion,
championship. Yeah.
defending,
Absolutely.
reigning defending. Ricky Simone is a title challenger. Sergio Pettis
Perennial.
is a title challenger,
He's
current
a
champion.
current champion. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rafael Sunsao, it is what it is. But I was impressed with Thomas Almeida. When he beat Thomas Almeida, that's when I first took notice of who is this fella right here? You know what I mean? Who is this fella right here? He stumbled along the way while he was fine tuning his tool, but after Sunsao, he he's got it. He understands now. When you see him at the press conference, there's a certain relaxation to him. You got to notice all these subtle things, right? He's very confident. He's very confident and he's very happy to be in the position that he is. You can see that in his eyes and
Yeah.
in his expression, right? And he's not worried about Cody Garbrandt at all because he already knows what beats Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt only has one thing: that rhythm. That's what he operates on. He doesn't work on broken rhythm. He just goes. He's like a Tommy gun,
Yeah.
a minigun, right? The one that dude had in the Predator,
Hmm.
Jesse the
Like
Body.
a Gatling. Yeah. Like a
That
Gatling gun.
that's what Cody Garbrandt is. You know what I'm saying? You just have to shield yourself very well from his quick hands. Once he's done, hit him with a counter. You know what I mean? Hit him with a
Yeah.
counter. Hit him with that overhand. He tends to drop his hands. I mean, TJ hit him with consecutive overhands. Wham! He's still trying to use his Gatling gun. Wham! He's still again. Wham! That's when TJ knocks him out on that third one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very very simple. You just got to remain disciplined and rely strictly on the game plan. The game plan will always stop a Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt is he's got very good hand speed. I'm sure he's got very good wrestling, which he doesn't really use because he prefers to stand and bang. But people like him are easy to read.
Yeah.
He's an open book. You know, you see in his behavior when he went after TJ, grabbing his neck, putting his hands on him. He operates on that thug idea
Mental. Yeah.
ideology. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like a true G would not have to perform for the cameras like that. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
understand he's upset or whatever, but it's continuous.
Yeah.
Too many times. Too many times. He wants to be looked at as a tough guy, right? You know what I mean? Hence the tattoos on the neck and all that. Whatever, man. Do whatever. Do
Yeah.
whatever you do. But I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? I come from a different place. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This is not, you know, but I just see right through him. I see through him. The no love and all that.
Mm.
Whatever. I see right through it. And I see Font seeing the same thing I see. He's gonna put hands on Cody. You're gonna be surprised. You know what I mean? But I'm not surprised because
Mm.
it's a very easy thing to accomplish. But the question is, can he can Font stay sharp? If he can stay sharp like a TJ Dillashaw,
Yeah.
Pedro Munoz, those guys, they have experience. They know how to stay sharp. And under that assault, they know how to stay under the guard. And then when he's done, hit him with the counter.
Hmm.
This is the way to beat Cody Garbrandt. There's always a moment of hands down,
Right.
right? Because he believes in his hand speed so much, he feels he'll be gone by the time you can attack him. But TJ
Yeah.
did. TJ did twice. He even did it faster the second time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Munoz also the in the first round. You know what I mean? These guys have found a crack in Cody's armor.
Hmm.
And Rob Font is the type of dude that will run it and do the same thing. Now, Rafael Santos, I don't know what he was thinking when he fought Cody. How do
Mm-mm.
you how do you fall for someone grabbing a ground and then throwing a shot that knocks your block off?
Yeah.
Like it's like he points over there and you look and I hit you type ridiculousness. You are at the highest level now, Sun Sao. What are you falling for that for? You know what I mean? Like, are you really serious? You're gonna take
Right.
you're gonna listen to your opponent? Who listens to their opponent, man? Like, hey, do this. But anyways, Rob Fun's gonna beat him, if not unanimously, by stoppage. He's either gonna dominate or he's gonna stop him. That's what I see.
Yeah. As much as I grew up with, yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like I've grown up with Garbrandt, right? Like the
Hmm.
whole, them versus Dominic Cruz. It was Faber, then TJ, then Garbrandt. They just wanted to fucking kick Dominic Cruz ass so much and whatever. Um, Not to say it seems like a fall from grace, but I mean, it was just announced that Cody still has inclinations or iterations of basically becoming a champ one more time if in a different division, right? And I'm all like, what is that even going to look like when they're all? Yeah, you might get them in power, but there's no way that you can outrun somebody in that.
125.
Yeah, man. So I just fuck, man. Yeah, Font. I'm not excited about Font. He just doesn't strike me like Cody Garbrandt is a star, right?
Hmm.
Win, lose, or draw. And if he
Hmm.
would have played it right, he could have been like the heir apparent to Conor McGregor in terms of getting into people's minds and everything like that, which I think is vital. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be Font. It hurts my
And that's
heart.
another thing. That's another thing that you just mentioned. Uh, uh, on the show, he had a problem with McGregor, right? He pushed him. Well, I'll do something about it. Blah blah blah. He pushed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you turn around and pattern your entire style after McGregor. You know what I
Right.
mean? You want to talk like him. You want to dress like him. You want to sound like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, cite your source. See, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Give credit to where credit is due, and then all the criticism will never ever happen. You know what I mean? But you you took a style that didn't belong to you,
Right.
belonged to someone that you had issues with, and you don't even cite the source. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I don't know how I feel about that. Cite your
Do
source, man.
yeah.
Like Connor would say. That's all you need to say. Like Connor would say, give it up. Give credit where credit is due, man. Straight up. You know what I mean? I'm wearing this 3-piece suit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Connor showed the way. He paved the way.
Yeah.
Give it up,
S-
man. It is what it is.
Styling and profiling, my goodness. But yeah, man, that's UFC Vegas 27. But before we go, Voodoo,
Mhm.
you mentioned something about one Hamzat Chimaev. So
Yeah.
go for it,
That's
bro.
right. Hey, man. I really like this kid. I really like this kid, and I'll tell you why. He touched on something that everyone was afraid to talk about. You know what I mean? I talked about it, but he's touching on it too. Like where I come from, man, we don't do that jumping stuff, rolling a crowd on one person. Hey, man, it's gonna be one on one. We might roll in the crowd, but it's gonna be one on one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Could be walking up to that Russian hammer fella, Connor's boy. You know what I mean? The dude didn't do anything because he knows how y'all roll.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Y'all
100%.
roll in packs. You like to jump folks. And he pointed that out. I love that. I love that. There's some kind of issue between Khabib's camp and Hamzat Chimaev. I
Of
like
course.
this. I like this. I like this. Khabib said there's no competition out there, right? There's no competition. Hey man, Hamzat, Hamzat said, "What's up?"
Yeah,
He said, "Hey, if he comes back, I'll run right through him too. If it's in my way, it is what it is." Hey, he's not trying to kiss nobody's ass,
yeah,
and I like that. I like that. He's like, I'm a new breed of Chechen slash Dagestani. I guess there's
yeah,
some kind of issue, there's some kind of cultural issue between the Dagestani and the Chechen that's been
apparently.
going on. I'm just learning this too, man. Is that, hey, I'm Chechen on mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm Chechen on mine. Yeah, he's not afraid to speak up. I admire that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? The whole Arab world loves Khabib, right? He feels some way and he's speaking on it. I like that. I like this is what we need. And if Khabib got a problem, step in the cage.
yeah.
Step in the cage.
That's all you need
Hamza's
to do.
ready. Hamza's ready. And if you want to say then somebody else will step in for me, Hamza's ready. He's ready. After he beat COVID, man, what's up? I love the way he speaks. I love it. Lacks English, but still so amusing to me. I love it. He's very entertaining. And he's more entertaining because I know he's gonna go out there, he's gonna perform. That's what he does. So when he speaks like he speaks, it's very funny to me
Yeah,
because I know he's gonna do it. He means it. I love it. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
love it. I saw him recently on the Instagram with that English fella,
Who's
the
it?
English dude.
The commentator?
No. The fighter. He's always trolling people from England.
Oh,
Dan
Darren
Hardy.
Till.
Dan Hardy. Dan
Oh,
Hardy?
no,
Not Dan Hardy. Who?
Darren Till.
Darren Till. Yes, Darren Till. They were talking to each other. And Darren Till was like, yeah, man, hey, I'm going to beat you one day. He's like, no, brother. No, brother. No, brother. We can fight, brother. I love this. Hey, man. Hey, we can be cool, man. But understand, I'm coming to smash you if we ever cross paths. But we can be cool. We can talk. We can talk. But I have no problem smashing you. You know what I mean? Darren Till try to beat him to it. But he's like, nah, man. You know what I mean? I like this. This
Yeah,
is what we need in this sport. Hamzat. You know what I mean? He's not gonna bow down to Khabib because Khabib is what such and such. Nah, man. I'm
Yeah.
here to carve my own path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like how he's keeping it. You know what I mean? He's keeping his thing separate. No, I'm not gonna fall in line with Khabib. Why I gotta fall in line with Khabib? Hmm?
Don't have to at all.
Nah, I'm Hamza Chimaev.
Hmm.
I'm Chechen. You know what I mean? They try is Khabib's brother or cousin or whatever try to say something. He's like, shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Why can't
That's
I be confident? Why can't I be confident in myself? You know what I mean? Your brother says this, this, and that. Why can't I say the same thing?
right.
You know what I mean? Why I gotta bow down to him? No, I ain't bowing down. I'm a bigger man. He should bow down to me, pretty much, is what he's saying.
Hmm.
But Khabib is yet to say anything. He's got his people speaking for him. You know what I mean? Khabib is what? 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Can't tell me you won't want to see Hamza at 170. You know what I'm saying? If we got an issue, let's settle in the cage. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's settle in the who's a real Russian champion. I would like to see this. I will pay for this. Who's the real Russian champion? We got a problem here, like Ice Cube said in Boys of the Hood. We got a problem here. You know what I'm saying? We got a problem here. What's up? Let's see. What's up, Khabib? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want none, don't say none.
Yep.
I don't think you want none anyway. So just keep your mouth shut. Let your cousin speak. And if your cousin want a problem, he can step in that cage too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can talk all he wants, or he can step in that cage and defend Khabib's honor. Come on, what's up, Mamagomedov? Let's go. Step in there. Chimaev is ready. He's always ready, brother. I'm ready, brother. I see you in August, brother.
Yeah. No, that's
uh,
indicative of that people.
that's my guy right there.
Yeah. So man, I mean a lot to talk about. I'm glad that Fabia, fucking left or say,
Right?
yeah, that warms my heart, man. Just Mari Yamasaki, all of it. But yeah, man, this is the UFC Vegas 27 preview show. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, Voodoo,
Most
where can they
definitely.
find you on the socials?
Well, YouTube, most definitely. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page, Twitter, Voodoo Maximus, all day, every day.
There you go. I'm according to Wins, and like Voodoo said earlier, I've probably got a podcast. Whatever the fuck you're doing, I probably got a podcast for that. So just so you know, and it's been an amazing ride just to have everybody's cultures and fucking stories. It's tremendous. So you can follow
Yeah,
me at According to Woods on everything. But while you're in that subscribing, following deal, we warmly encourage you to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to Voodoo in the Woods on Facebook and YouTube. Right, Voodoo?
that's right, man. That's what we do all day, every day. Let's get it happen.
And
Like, share, and subscribe so we get this message out to everybody.
yeah,
Shout out
man.
to y'all.
Hell yes. But until next time, we'll redo the post show and see what the fuck happened about half the shit that we said. Well, we got that too later in the week. But you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy some fights, and we will see you later with more Voodoo and his happy birthday to you. Or this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey,